The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official space section of the chart.
What's the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order. I show you out of order.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Real Debaters podcast. I am Michael.
Hey, and you're going to be real depressed with my picks for this week.
That's Jimmy, out in Vancouver.
Jimmy's going to be really upset at the picks I have this week as well because he's not going to win.
That would be Martin. And in Wolseley,
There's no crying in baseball.
that would be Charles. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome back to the show. If you haven't figured it out yet, this week's theme is baseball.
Playoffs are in full swing.
Puns.
That was on.
Michael doesn't know if that's true or not, but it is.
No, I
Go
know,
Cubs.
I know
Go
Toronto
Cubs.
shit the bed the first two games, right? I did.
He
I did
He
hear
does know
from
that.
him. The premise of this week, ladies and gentlemen, is it's baseball time, as Jimmy mentioned, and you're in for a debate. We've done these before with other sports teams. We did football,
Yeah,
we did hockey,
yeah.
and now we're like, well, it's baseball. It's October, so let's fucking do baseball. So this week's debate, we're going to build our own baseball team out of our favorite horror characters.
Because it's October.
Why not, right? Combine the two.
Spooky.
But before we do all the spookiness, we got shit that's coming up that we would like you to know. So, Jimmy, what do you got going on?
Laughs at Gaffs on the 18th of November. Get your tickets now. It's going to be a great show. You know the usual stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Do what he says. Get your tickets. It sells out every time, right?
Yes, it does.
So one would think get your
You'd
tickets.
want to get your tickets as early as humanly possible.
You would. And at Laughs at Gaffs, right?
Yeah.
LAFFS.
Yes, sir.
Martin, what do you got coming up?
October 19th, we are back at Clue Club. Headliner, fresh off his JFL Montreal appearance, Ryan Williams
Hey.
is headlining the show.
Nice.
Gonna be a good time. Our last few have sold out, so get tickets. It's not a big venue, so
And like, what's your at for people to buy tickets and shit?
just follow me on Instagram at Clue Club Comedy or at Clue Club, and the shows are announced there.
And Charles, there's a big thing that you've been teasing us with.
A real milestone.
Yeah, a real milestone for you just happened. Would you like to let a good listener know about it and where they can find it?
Yes, listener, all these months, weeks, anticipation building up. The Nerdies is finally out. It's the Nerdies 7. So it's my best and worst list of 2022. It's a lot of fun. Switched up the format a little bit. It's not as long and tedious, I think, as all the award shows. But anyways, check it out. It's a lot of fun. I also have my Halloween special that I'm doing coming out hopefully next week. And then ending off the month with the Spider-Man 2 review for PS5. So definitely check out the channel.
How excited for that are you?
YouTube.com. Oh, dude, you have no idea. I literally, I'm trying to get as much stuff I can for school and whatnot just done so that I can just be an absolute lazy piece of shit that whole weekend and play the game. So.
I get it. I'm almost done the first one. I'm 82%. I'm getting
Is it out
there.
already? Is part 2 out?
No.
Next Friday.
Okay, I'll have to pre-order it before.
Yeah, man.
And isn't that
Yeah.
Venom's coming?
That's right.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. And not only is Venom in it, but they definitely, like, they've shown it off a little bit, and it's definitely the Venom that we all have wanted and needed forever.
Not emo?
That's... Yeah.
Not emo Eddie Brock?
Not Topher Grace.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's they're also making up for. I've been very disappointed with Tom Hardy's Venom series, so I think this is going to make up for it. So,
All right. If he does it at all, he does it in video games.
You know what's funny? Like, Venom is supposed to be a reporter, but you can't understand a fucking thing Tom Hardy says when he's playing Venom. Although I love Tom Hardy.
I know. I thought that was just a
No.
Christopher
I don't
Nolan
know.
thing. Apparently, that's a Sony
It's
thing
a
too.
weird. It's a weird Brooklyn mashup of all his accents. I think.
But he lives in San Francisco.
It just
That's
doesn't
right.
make any
Which
fucking
makes no
sense.
With a New York accent.
Like, why is Venom in San Francisco?
I don't know.
I need lobsters. Give me lobsters.
But he's got that accent that makes him sound like a baby. Like it's got a little baby talk. in it,
yeah.
This
right?
is going to help
Yeah.
us win the debate at Comic-Con.
It is. It's true.
You guys have to defend Venom.
Yeah, no, this is very true. And, great segue.
That's actually Sony, not Marvel.
Sure. Okay, technicality. I can
Two
already
words,
see where this
Suicide
is going.
Squad. We win.
Oh,
Jimmy made,
3 words, the Suicide Squad.
you mentioned this debate. What are we doing at Comic-Con this year?
We're going to be there October 29th
28th.
on the Saturday.
On the Saturday.
Yeah,
28th,
we're going to be doing a live debate again, Marvel versus DC. We're going to keep it nice and simple for you. Teams of 3. Come check it out. We'll be in the nice big hall at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, called Pan Am Room.
That's right.
345, October 28th
Whoa.
on Saturday. Get your tickets
Guys,
now.
If you're
we're
gonna
in the Pan Am room?
We're in the
Whoa.
Pan Am room.
The Pan Am Room, which
That's right.
Whoa.
I don't think I've ever-
Pan-American.
I don't think I've ever been in, but I think we've been in every room now so far. We were in the auditorium the first year. We
That's
were in
right.
like a little.
We got a conference room.
We got a conference room, and then now we're getting the Pan Am Room, which I'm sure is a big deal to somebody.
That's right. It's
and
going to be
then
a great debate. We're
it's
going to be
gonna be-
there. What time?
45.
Is the Suez
3:45.
Canal there?
What was that? No, fucking Jesus. No,
Talking shit.
Pan American Cup, please. And then on the 31st, we're at Little Brown Jug again.
That's right.
Beetlejuice Bingo. They're showing
Has a ring
Beetlejuice.
to it,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
It does, doesn't
Yep.
it? October 31st.
Little brown
Bingo.
jug. Bingo.
Follow us for more on start times and all that jazz. Follow Little Brown Jug as well, too. The movie's free,
Yeah.
but if you want to come and play bingo with us, you can win
Maybe win some
25.
prizes.
Yeah, win some prizes. That's the $25 gift
Also,
What was
we
that?
might have the first exclusive look at Beetlejuice 2. Just saying, exclusive, only real debaters. You might be able to see Beetlejuice 2. I don't
Oh,
know.
I have to cut
I
that
don't
now.
know.
That's a problem.
I don't know.
Like
Me and Tim.
I think Charles has been drinking. Charles has been drinking.
Yeah, no, it's not true.
His
listener.
words are slurring.
So not true. Whoever Warner Brothers, it's also not true.
It is
Everybody
all
who
true.
can sue us,
I'm
it's
on the
not
phone
true.
with Timmy B.
Stop drinking
Timmy
before
B
the
and
show.
Johnny
You
B.
guys want to start?
Yeehaw.
Let's do it. All right, let's step off this mortal fucking quad. Martin, what'd you watch this week?
I don't think we talked about it yet, but I want to talk about the Ahsoka finale.
Please do.
Oh my god. How good was that? So, I don't know if you guys know anything about the statues that Balon was standing on, but
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, tell
they
us.
are definitely bringing in the Mortis gods, which... So in the Clone Wars cartoons, like during the Clone Wars, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan were basically teleported to this alternate plane of existence, where it is believed that the Mortis gods were the people who originated the use of the Force. That's where the Force comes from.
I've heard this online this week. Okay. go ahead.
Basically, the Mortis gods consists of the father, which is the old guy who Balin is standing on. That's the guy with the big hat. The son, which is beside him, and then there's a headless figure, which is the daughter. So
The Holy Ghost.
the son
The
represents
Trinity.
the dark side, everything evil, death, and then the daughter represents the light side, so everything with life, light, goodness. And they're constantly battling for dominance over one another, for either the light or the dark. And the person to bring balance is the father, because he's the one who controls both the children. He's the one who puts them in place. In the show, what happens is Anakin was the prophesized chosen one, so he was supposed to be the one to bring balance to the Force by taking over the father's place, because he was very strong with the Force, so he was the only one who was able to control the two kids. But he refuses that destiny and goes back because he's in love with Padme, and that like shatters the balance of the Force because the daughter ends up dying. The son kills the daughter, so the light side's gone, and basically darkness ensues the Force at that point. So now they're bringing back like
Whoa's right.
the Mortis gods to this one.
Way to start us off,
like,
man.
That's what he's starting. That's what he's basically Balon's basically trying to break the Force. He doesn't want the cycle of light and dark anymore. He wants to destroy it, and he's going to the origin of the Force, which is the gods of Mortis.
Okay, I'm so glad you
makes-
explained a lot of this shit because, like, I still have one more episode to watch. It's fine. I don't give a shit. You
Is it
can
going to get a
spoil it.
season 2?
I don't.
yeah.
It
It's
feels
for
like
sure getting
it,
a season
yeah.
two.
It-
It's not
Well, they also
confirmed.
announced what's his face, James Mangold is directing. At least this is what they announced at the beginning of summer. He's directing a film that's supposed to be about the first Force users in
Yeah.
terms of Jedi. So it makes sense that Ahsoka would end with that note, and then the lore is just going to open up, and they already have projects to explore this lore now.
They're also saying Filoni's movie will probably bring this Ahsoka and the Mandalorian all in one to one big wrap up, right?
Which makes sense because she started in Mando season 2, right? Like that's where they first introduced her. So
because Thrawn's still out there.
Yeah, man, and the fact that motherfucker ended with "Long live the Empire" and then peaced out, I was like, what does that mean? What empire? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's crazy.
He is the heir to the Empire. That was the book.
He is.
That was originally
he
was featured in was heir to the Empire. So that's what they're kind of doing with the series now, right? So
it's really, really neat. Also, to the idea that even within Star Wars and Force users, it's like there were gods. You know, like it's so cool, and it makes sense because all of fucking what's his face's dialogue, he's always like, I want to take it to the beginning, or I want to take it, and I'm like, what is that? What is he? What does that mean? The beginning, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, where the Force came from. He wants to take it back to the altar of Mortis.
Exactly. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily mean he was bad or good, but he was still alluding to something, and I was always like, what does that mean? So fuck. It also makes me so sad because Ray Stevenson was incredible.
I know. I think recasting, I saw online, I wouldn't mind Liev Schreiber as a recast for that.
The Ray Donovan?
Yeah, Ray Donovan taking over for Ray Stevenson.
Sorry, Jimmy, that's Jedi, Ray Donovan.
He's a big enough dude, too. Like, he could totally fill the suit out. And he
also does the very, like, not bitch face, but he knows how to do just, like, oozing kind of, like, brute evil, yet not. Because Ray Stevenson always can go from like 1 to 1,000, but he's always so calm. But it's also like an uncomfortable kind of calm to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker who walks lightly with a big stick.
And like he even fights like a knight. Like his Jedi skill is like a knight, and like
his fighting style is more like a Vader. Very overpowering, strong, not finesse, but strength. It's all strength. That's what his fighting style is.
It's like a Mike Tyson. Like, I'm not going to go for the long fancy, but I'm going to hit you. And when I do, it's probably going to knock you. You know, like, it's crazy. It's so, and then Ahsoka's very much a fucking samurai. He even called her a Ronin. When fucking Thrawn said that, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is amazing. Like,
so, like, both of you guys, well, Charles, you now know a little bit more than you started with. Martin was incredibly buried in Rebels. I knew nothing. As somebody who's like I said, I got one episode left. I'm closing out on it. I mean, I like it. It's very fucking Star Wars. Like it is grounded in everything that George Lucas made. Just the old samurai aspects to it. The wild west, like all of the things that you missed from the original 4, 5, and 6. Are on full, like they're banging on all 6 cylinders, whatever number you want to give it. The point is that I'm just curious, Martin, like the whole Ezra thing, as somebody who doesn't know a lot about Ezra, and Ezra seemed to be like a pivotal point in the show that Sabine was chasing after. As someone who doesn't know anything about Rebels, they kind of had some lackluster shit. Like their on-screen chemistry, I don't know if that was what was lacking, or if they just. But I'm like, I heard this Ezra guy has been missing, and like. Her first real response to him kind of fell flat for me. I don't know. As someone who has been looking for Ezra, did that
season finale brings him into full force?
Okay, all right.
Or the season finale, yeah.
I do hear.
Let's just say he gets his own lightsaber.
yeah, man. Okay. It's badass to how they do it. Like it's literally like, oh, I'm missing just the one last piece.
The way they do it too, like the way he built his lightsaber. In the Mike, I'm sorry, I'm spoiling it. He built his lightsaber, a new lightsaber in the last episode.
Nice.
And the way he builds a lightsaber is the way Hu Yang, when he trained younglings in the Clone Wars, that's how he built them. He built them the exact same way with them, like that way. Like he would go work with them, and then he would like suggest pieces and find all the pieces, and then the younglings would assemble their own lightsabers.
You know, like that's exactly how I assembled my lightsaber.
Yeah, like you did at the park. Like you did at the park. It's exactly the same way. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I mean,
his lightsaber, if you notice, his lightsaber is modeled after his master, which was Kanan Jarrus, who is voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr. So
nice.
Yes,
that's his tie-in.
I
forgot about him.
Also, Mike, I was just gonna say about Sabine and what's his face? Ezra. Yeah, I think also too. I get what you're saying, but I think they also is making a big effort to also show that there's no romantic aspect to this relationship in any way, and also it's one of those things where it's like they've been looking for each other for so long, and I get it, but I also don't want them to do like a stereotypical like running to each other and grabbing each other.
No, I wasn't asking for a Hallmark moment. But
no, I totally get it, but I think that's why they kind of went with the approach they did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, because always Star Wars, like whether it's Luke, Leia, Rey, Finn, it's always a big smiles, run to each other, and it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? And I think this was trying to make it more like, how would you really feel, even though you've been looking for someone for this long? It might also be kind of like, holy fuck, you're in shock. Because I kind of see it like they're in shock.
But I'd also
like
smile, or like, instead of like bro out with your buddy, I would have. There'd be some. It just, I don't know. I'm an outsider. I don't want to piss off anybody who's a big Rebel fan outside of our listener base. So I'm just saying, as someone who noticed that. Anyways,
Michael, that's how they are.
I get it. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't seen Ray Donovan.
Jimmy, you are gonna love it.
Let's put a bow on it, Martin. How many
Ray Donovans out of 10?
How many Ray Donovans out of 10?
I'm giving this series, the whole series, I would give it like an 8.5 to a 9.
Nice. Wow. That's a lot of
10 for the entire series.
It is, man. If you just want to watch a fun Star Wars series, I didn't know anything. It's fun.
Because there's a Ray Donovan movie.
There is, which I think
it's fire.
Wasn't it supposed to cap the series?
I don't know.
What is Ray Donovan on? Is that Crave?
That's on show. It's on Crave through Showcase, I think.
Yeah, it's on Crave.
It was on cable.
Oh my god, what aired
It's actually
live
not. It's not bad.
It isn't. He's an LA fixer who likes to beat the shit out of people
It's
and
entertaining.
solve problems. Like,
John Voight's crazy.
Oh, his dad? He's amazing. Anyway,
Yeah, John Voight's a nutcase.
Anaconda's John
Voight the dentist?
Moving on.
Periodontist? John Voight the periodontist?
Jimmy, what'd you watch this week? Let's let these guys talk
1989
about
LeBaron convertible?
Yeah, I can turn them down. Hang on. Let me just mute these two fuckers for a second.
Well, I fired up the old Disney Plus because they uploaded something that Mr. Stephen King had is
I think I saw this.
The Boogey Man.
Yeah. Is it Bougie or Boogie?
It's the Boogey Man.
Okay.
It's not, it's Halloween. It's the season. It was a new horror movie that's coming out, and it's got David Malchin, and I'll watch anything with that guy. I'll watch anything with the polka dot man.
Isn't that a remake, Jimmy?
The Boogey Man?
Yeah, because it came out. The original movie came out in the 80s.
Probably.
There was a movie called The Boogeyman that came out in the 80s.
I don't
It's
know.
the Boogaloo Man.
So it's based on a 1973 short story by the same name by Stephen King. So I don't know if it has anything to do with that one. But if that one's a Stephen King, then probably. Then I am about 90% sure. In this Boogey Man, high school student Sadie Harper and her younger sister Sawyer are still reeling from the recent death of their mother. Very sad. They're not getting much support from their father, Will, played by Chris Messina. Do you guys know this guy?
I'm bringing this up on Letterboxd. Keep going.
He was
Carlos Mencia?
Yeah, it was. I just watched Mind of Mencia.
The Boogey.
He's been in lots of shit. He's fantastic. Where was I? He's a therapist who's dealing with his own intense pain when a desperate patient unexpectedly shows up at his house, played by David Malchin, seeking help. He leaves behind a terrifying supernatural entity that preys on families and feeds on the suffering of its victims.
Interesting.
So David Malchin's family has been affected by the boogeyman, and he is now going to see a therapist to
work out his bougie.
Exactly. His whole family's been wiped out, and the whole town thinks he's a family annihilator, but he was acquitted because he didn't do it, and there's no evidence to prove he did it.
Because the glove didn't fit.
That's right.
He must have quit.
That's right.
Must have quit.
It's exactly like OJ. There was a boogeyman.
Well, Nicole Brown would have thought he was a boogeyman.
OJ, he's scared to go out in public because he might be sitting right next to the killer.
He says that on Twitter, Charles.
He does. So,
hello, Twitter
listen, if you're looking for something new to watch at Halloween time, this is that. I don't know if it's, look, because you can watch your classics, you can watch your Halloweens, you can watch your Nightmares, you can watch your Fridays, you can watch all of that. if you're looking for something new, something you haven't seen before, this is kind of nice. It's a nice little plug. It's like a 6 though.
Is it Disney made?
So it has.
Or is it like 20th Century
I don't
Studios?
think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Fox.
Okay.
So it also stars shit. She was in Yellow Jackets.
I'm on. Yeah, hang on here. Go back.
She's one of the ones that lives.
Is she the
She's
younger,
the cool one.
like the younger?
Oh, Sophie Turner, Sophie Thatcher.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
She's really good. I've seen her.
And
in
you
some
know what?
other stuff,
All of the, there's at least 2 now, because I can't remember her name, but she was also in Scream and Scream 6. But it seems like a lot of the Yellow Jackets actors are really moving into horror. And,
Madison who or Maddie Nichols, or maybe somebody.
Yes.
Who's on first?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. She was in
I'm
Miles,
saying names
the
that
Miles
don't matter.
Morales game.
It was fun. You know,
Any jump scares? Any good ones?
nothing that got me.
Okay.
Nothing that
Stuff
got
you
me.
saw
But it might
coming.
be fun.
Any dismulsions?
It's a fun little romp. It's
Yeah.
a 6 out of 10.
What do you guys want to hear about? Do you want to hear about my thoughts on Talk to Me, Totally Killer, or Appendage?
Let's do Totally Killer, because
Totally
I'm going
Killer?
to watch Talk to Me this weekend, and I don't want to.
You don't. Okay, you don't
Yeah.
want to. Perfect. All right.
Oh,
I
so
watched
good.
Totally Killer last night.
Samers.
Yeah, and like fucking loved it. It was a lot of fun. Hang on, let me bring it up here.
Great cast. It's got
the daughter from Mad
She plays
Men?
Sabrina.
Sabrina, yeah, the girl who
The
plays
Man.
Sabrina on Sabrina
Yeah.
the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
Her. But like it's
And Julie Bowen's the mom.
Julie Bowen is the mom from Modern Family.
Oh,
It's
she's my.
it's really
she's one of my
mechanical. Like it's real. It's like an AI made it.
I think that was the point, though.
It was
It's like a Back to the Future and Scream had a baby.
exactly. So you've got some time
her-
travel. You've got this like singular killer who's out to. And the story is that Julie Bowen's daughter, Sabrina, for this conversation,
The Teenage Witch.
the teenage witch.
Very resentful of her mom
Super,
because her
thank
mom
you, yeah.
survived a serial killer in the 80s and makes it a big part of her life, I guess, but not even really.
Not yeah, it doesn't kind of, but
And then her
does.
mom is attacked and killed by the serial killer in present day.
Exactly.
So daughter goes back in time to stop that killer in the 80s.
who is wearing a Mitch Hedrum
Yes.
mask.
Oh.
This is
amazing.
Prime. Is it on Prime?
It's on Prime.
It is on.
Yeah.
It's on Prime.
Ah.
I'm also talking to the costume designer this Thursday from the movie.
Lovely.
Patty Henderson's
Cool.
back on the show. Yeah.
Patty
so-
Henderson did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right? So
Excellent.
she's coming back. on
Very
the show.
cool.
So, anyways, I loved the Scream Back to the Future baby that it had. It's smart.
Meta.
It's current. What's really fun is taking like she's from 2023, so when she goes back to the 80s, like all of the progression that we've made as a society is not there anymore. So she's like conflict. Like the jokes are all like laid in shit where like dudes like just walk into a room and grab their dick. She's like not right at all, and like that's where the humor lies. There's tons of Back to the Future references in it. I thought it was super cute. The best part is when there's like a
Does
group-
she have to? Does her mom want to have sex with her at any point?
That does, yeah.
It does, but it's her with her dad.
Every
No!
time.
Yeah.
No!
Every time travel movie.
Oh,
Classic.
Back to the Future, all
Fucking
over
horny
it.
devils they are. In those
Every
movies.
time.
But they, you know how there's always like a clique of girls in a movie, right? Like the Plastics and Mean Girls.
Sure.
In
Yep.
this one, there was the Mollies, which they all dressed
They all
up as
dress like Molly Ringwald.
from different Molly Ringwald.
Oh,
movies.
I thought they were all on MDMA.
awesome.
Yeah, so that was cool because I want to ask Patty all about like
Was that whose? Yeah.
whose idea was that, and like how many ideas did you go through before you set on those four?
And what a
outfits?
fun.
So they're really doing like fan service into the genre.
Oh,
so they clearly
yeah.
love
Absolutely.
like the
Yeah.
genre. So that's awesome. That's good. Like
It's
that reminds
fun.
me of like the movie Final
It's-
Girls.
it's like
kind of
it's,
like that.
it's a lot like Final Girls, yeah.
Oh, very
yeah, that's great.
Tropey all
That's
day
great.
long.
I like those kind of movies. Yeah.
For like an Amazon Prime movie, it's MGM, but it's Amazon, right?
Okay.
Same shit. I
That's the
I
one with
laughed,
the
I
lion?
chuckled.
You cried.
I cried. No, I
You
didn't
came.
cry, actually. I did come. But like it's 6.5, 7, right?
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about. But like again,
But fun.
to your point, it's October. I don't watch enough horror movies, so I'm going to say yes to every horror movie.
Spooky.
I fucking love Talk to Me. I fucking loved it.
Oh,
Well, I'm gonna watch
loved
it on Friday.
It's so good.
It is
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's nothing that
good.
it falls to me. It's kind of like Hereditary. It's also a little bit. It's also a little Midsummer, right? It is. I mean, it's A24, but
Don't you ruin this for
I'm
me.
not even. I'm just
Michael,
tiptoeing.
stop it.
I'm
Just
tip-
let the boy watch.
I'll let the fucking hand do its job.
I found out you can actually buy that hand. They made it as a prop, as a coffee,
I'll kill
like
you
table
both.
ornament. And
Really?
You can actually buy it. So I really want to get it, but I think I would be too freaked out.
Charles, end us off, buddy. I'm gonna grab a water. Keep going.
So since you guys did, I'm just gonna go right into it. Talk to me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
God damn it!
No. That's one of those movies where I'm like, everyone just needs to experience it. I'd hate myself if I ever ruined anything about that movie for anyone.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. So October, yeah, I've been diving in hard. Let's be honest. I'll be like, since the last week of September, I've been just going hard into horror again.
You're the man.
I rewatched the remake of Hellraiser, but I think we talked about that last year. One that I rewatched, just getting myself psyched up for the new one coming out. We rewatched The Exorcist, and Claudia had not seen it before.
Wow, what a treat!
Yeah, it was really cool rewatching it. It was also really cool to watch it with someone who had not seen it, just because. Yeah, it's a really great movie. I understand. It's timeless, and
It's
I
classic,
totally, yeah, it's an absolute classic. It's cool that it's like preserved in like cinema and all that shit, because like even till this day, it's so innovative how they did it. It really is. What I love about it, and maybe that's the 70s, is it in no way does it really end where it's like the heroes won. And I feel like that's very rare in horror ever. So it's really, really cool that it ends in a very like realistic way. And it's also like the whole movie's a mind fuck, and then it ends on such a depressing note that when it's done, you're just there and you're like kind of shattered.
Yeah.
And
It's a little soul crushing.
yeah, it's great. It's really great. From a filmmaking standpoint, I think it's very innovative. I still think it's very, like I was telling Jimmy and Martin, I understand why it's timeless and why it's will always be talked about and whatnot. I have not seen the new one yet. I'm excited to, just because I like what David Gordon Green did with Halloween.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I really liked what he did with Halloween. I thought his whole trilogy was great. And I'm excited to see what he does with The Exorcist, because he really acknowledges the source material. So it's going to be wild to see a true Exorcist in modern day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Let's see what they
I'm
can
excited.
do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I like that, kind of like what you guys were saying with the one you saw, Mike. Totally
Totally
killer. Yeah, like they're not trying to be like, we're going to change your life, but they are staying true to it. So I like that with a sequel, they're like, what about 2 possessions at the same time? It's a very sequel thing
Double
to do,
your
but
fun,
I'm
double
also
your money,
like,
yeah.
why
Double your
not?
income.
Yeah, and I'm like, why the fuck not? Like, that's horror, so why not? You know what I mean? So
Charles, did you watch Pope's Exorcist?
I have not. I've heard it's
Give it a
Russell Crowe?
watch.
Do it, dude.
It's Russell Crowe at his best, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Really, eh, man?
You
That's
heard
a hot
the
take.
Gladiator?
Really good things.
You're really gonna love it. Like, he's so funny, and the movie's it takes itself seriously, but it's just so good. But if
Yeah.
Russell Crowe
if
on a
you're
scooter.
if you're in a Exorcist kick, that might be the movie to go to next.
Yeah, you know me. I honestly, I do like. I love a good when it's done well. I do love a good possession exorcist
Yeah.
movie. Like a really good one I saw was called The Last Exorcism, and it's filmed
Is that
like a found footage mockumentary.
Cool.
Charles,
And the whole
Charles, is
con-
that the one where the dude's pulling fake exorcisms and then he ends
Yeah,
up with
so
that's
he's
a
doing
really
his last
good movie.
exorcism
It's like
because
the Brothers Grimm.
he's like
Very
I've been
similar.
faking
No,
this
yeah,
for
you're-
years
confidence,
and
man.
making money on this for
Totally cool.
decades, and I want to show you guys. I'm going to do my last one, and I'm going to show you all my gimmicks that I do
Yeah.
to make people
Like the
believe.
cross
But of
pushes out
course,
smoke.
it turns out that this last person is actually
Possessed.
and the whole movie is so fucked.
That's so.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because
It's cool.
like that that's what the Pope's Exorcist does. Like, Russell Crowe goes to do an exorcism, but he says himself that most of the time it's psychological.
Yes, yeah, and that's kind of what's wild is the first Exorcist, especially for being 1973, it actually is dealing a lot with mental illness. Like the
Yeah.
whole movie is the mom trying to prove to a priest that her daughter is fucking possessed, and he's like, I don't know, like with bipolar, like we now know about bipolarism and schizophrenia, so
Yeah.
there's no real exorcisms or documentation because once we realized mental health is an issue, we kind of just realized it's all that. You know what I mean? So the fact that that's like a big part of it too, it's really fascinating.
It's very interesting.
A lot of people in the Catholic Church were
molested.
Yes, true fact.
By an
thank
exorcist.
you for being my Google. No, but like a lot of people were just like soothed with like a fake exorcism because
that's it, right?
It gave you
A
absolution.
placebo.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
exactly
placebo.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a reflection of like it's giving that belief in something that you put all your faith in.
You know, you never see an atheist get possessed.
No, there's no proof.
That's
to
a very
them
good
of.
point.
I'd love it. I denounce
very
you,
good
God.
point.
Hello, Satan.
Another
round
really
trip.
good possession scene that I love is the beginning of Constantine with Keanu.
Hell
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a really cool
Shia LaBeouf at
exorcist
his
kind
best.
of.
Bring the mirror.
Yeah, the mirror demon. That was really cool.
How many?
How many cocks in hell?
Thank you. That's where I was going. Actually, you read the cocks in my mind.
How many cocks in hell? Oh, I have to say, you can't really prepare someone for a crucifix stabbing of a vagina scene,
No, you
really.
cannot.
So when that happened, Claudia was just like,
Hello.
and you're like, yeah, the devil is bad. Anyways,
He's a meanie.
He's all right.
I mean, it's one of my old-time. I gotta say, it's a 10 out of 10. Like, it's one of my. It'll always be one of my old-time favorite movies. It's something that I'm like, if someone hasn't seen it, actually take the time and watch it. But yeah, I'd say it's a 10 out of 10.
It works. It's
so good.
It just, and you know what? Like 2 is not good. 3's fun. 3's not great, but 3 is. It's got George C. Scott in it. And he's like a curmudgeonly old cop, and they actually find the priest from the first one, because if you remember, he runs out the window, and then you assume that he took on the form and left, but he's actually found in the back lane and then was brought to a mental institution, and the devil works his magic and
in mysterious ways.
Very David Copperfield brings him back to life.
More like Chris Angel.
Yeah, very Chris Angel.
No way, man.
Mind free.
Anyways, 3's okay. 3 plays with like the serial killer
Exorcist
aspect.
3D.
Yeah, that cross.
The natural
Exorcist
progression.
3.
Of
Give you a
horror
cross
movies.
as you walk into the theater.
That's how it works. The third one is 3D.
It turns out it was a killer the whole time, and his name is actually like Frank Exorcist.
Yeah, Frank W. Exorcist. That's fun. Well, yeah, no, it is October, right? I mean,
It
like
is. That's very
what'd
true.
you do?
It's you either go horror or you go home, baby.
Charles, what time is it?
Oh, I think it might be debate time. Oh, debater.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you were. I never would have agreed to work for you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
That's exactly what time it is, Charles. As mentioned at the top of the show, this is one of our favorite ways to do this. This is where we gather around and we fan cast a baseball team. And this one, inspired by the month of October, it being spooky season, is all horror characters. That's it. That was the only thing. They got to come from a horror movie or be like a secondary character
We're
in a horror
hitting
movie.
2 demographics at once.
Fucking Tenet.
Incredible.
It's incredible.
The work we do.
So if you're a big fan of baseball or you're a big fan of horror.
Or you're Jimmy Skinner.
This one's for you.
A Skinner boy.
I believe Martin had made a request. Remind me if I'm wrong, Martin. You wanted to do the team first and let the team speak for like the name and the stadium and all that stuff, because we need a team to kind of define. Okay, perfect. I figure the best place to start is on the base that you land on first.
So typically your first baseman is your power hitter.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Know. Okay.
He doesn't have to move. Mark McGuire's position.
Think about Mark McGuire and his big fucking ass.
Oh, that makes so much sense. He's got some spank.
So you want somebody strong.
Doesn't have to move.
Martin, we said you would start this one off. So who's your power hitter?
I'm gonna go with the Predator.
Boy.
I think I'll go with the Predator. That's my power hitter. Big guy, doesn't need to move. Give me a power hitter every day.
I could see him batting fourth in the lineup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you put your power
That's
hitter?
cleanup. Yeah.
That's-
So the
'cause
first
it gets
three guys
everybody-
get on base, and then the fourth guy brings them all home.
But he's not just slow. He's actually really fast, but he's a big guy with lots of power.
I had like absolutely no idea there was any science to that.
Yeah. You haven't seen Moneyball?
I have. and
I was
that's how
just gonna say, have you not seen Moneyball?
Or Major League? Like,
That's true. That is true.
Little Giants?
I've seen baseball
Rick
movies.
Wild Thing Vaughn?
Oh my god.
The
A League
Sandlot?
of Their Own?
Help.
Anyways, that's my pick. Predator for mine. Who's next?
Predator's strong.
Predator's big body. Big body.
Well, see, for me, I think Predator, fantastic choice. I think this is where first base, he's not playing a lot of defense. The ball is just coming straight to him. He just stands there. He lunges. He grabs it. So you want a big guy. You want someone tall. I'm thinking either not Freddy. Sorry, I'm thinking either Jason or Michael Myers. I think there are two big guys.
Big guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could box up first for sure.
You have to pick one, Jimmy. You can't pick two.
Okay.
Can you go with Michael Myers?
We'll go with Jason because he's proficient in swinging weapons. So, Michael, who do you think?
Well, I agree with this whole big body thing, not knowing that that's how it actually works in baseball. I just thought a guy who's as you mentioned, proficient in swinging weapons. But like, can you imagine? Like, I've always seen the first baseman like having joyful conversations with whoever. Like, right? It's where this I guess the math of baseball starts off. You get a guy on base, whatever. So you're having a conversation. You're in his office having a good time. Can you imagine having a conversation with Jason Voorhees? Can you imagine just the mask turning over, right? Just looking at you.
Yep, that's intimidating.
And like, he's not saying anything, but is he?
You
don't
want to steal. You don't want to steal. When
right?
Jason's
You don't
on
want to take.
first.
He's just going to hack your leg
That's
off
right.
as soon as you run away, right? Like, take your foot off.
That's
that
a good
base, I
point.
dare you. So I picked Jason Voorhees for my first base. So, Charles.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
How
with
you
you
gonna come out
guys.
of this one, bud?
I mean, I think Jimmy said it. Like, I thought Michael, Jason, just because, like, you want a powerhouse. Just for shits and gigs, I thought of another one. Just wild card.
Shoot
Kane
it in.
from See No Evil.
That's a great pick. WWE's Kane.
Oh, that's right.
WWE's Kane from See No Evil. He's a monster.
I'll tell you, I think that came out in 2004, and I saw those trailers. I was fucking scared.
I never saw it.
Oh yeah, he just throws fucking hooks and grabs people.
A lot of eye stuff. Yeah,
Really?
it's truly unpleasant.
Oh,
so
yeah.
once if you
Oh,
get
yeah.
on first, you're not gonna be able to run to second.
This is no mask Kane too, and
He can grab the bats.
That's right.
Okay, so that's Jason Voorhees.
Hooks those bats.
I think we're throwing Jason on first.
Jason Voorhees, Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jason. Considering I don't give a shit, and we won that one.
Who are you going next?
What do you want to pick next? Do you want to go right to second?
Let's go right field. So right
Ooh.
field is typically your worst defender and worst. Well, it doesn't have to be your worst hitter, but it's typically your worst defender.
Why is that?
But you
Balls
still
don't
want
get hit that
someone.
way.
You still want someone who's fast.
Yes, you still want someone
That's
who's
like the
fast,
participation.
but it's typically your worst player.
I thought
okay,
first
so
base was
that's
your
like-
worst player,
No,
defensive
first base
wise.
is your well.
First base's offense is good, but defensive wise, first base is the worst
First base
player.
is usually I guess you're right because the first baseman is usually a heavy set guy who doesn't have to make a lot of big moves.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Right fielder, he's still got to be fast, but the ball's not going his way too often.
It's always because everybody.
Most people are right-handed
Exactly, I was
hitters. They
just gonna
pull the
say,
ball
yeah.
to the left.
Okay, all right. Martin, who's your right fielder, Martin?
It's a tough one.
Super.
You know what? I went with Dracula. Gary Oldman's Dracula.
Who's Dracula?
Gary Oldman's Dracula.
That's a good Dracula.
Because
Bram Stoker's
nothing is getting
Dracula.
past that wall because he can fly. So,
That's a
good
damn
luck
good
getting
one.
anything past him. He's gonna redefine the right the right field position.
If anything does go that way, it's not going far.
That's right.
That's a
Can
problem.
you take me to the castle?
Is he gonna
And
like?
he's British.
Is he gonna?
How many British baseball players do we have? None.
None.
Is he gonna come down to the field and then like throw a bunch of women at one of the other players and misdirect him? Right, like he does to Keanu.
I think
Don't
baseball
worry,
players have
you're-
enough
you're-
hard time for that. We don't need that anymore.
Don't worry what I'm doing in this castle. Just sleep with these women and everything will be fine. Right.
It's good defense.
He can turn into a bat,
Yep.
like pretty much teleport anywhere on the field.
Like a baseball bat. I know. I
bat.
know it was a.
He's
fucking-
Like a
making a
COVID,
pun.
Wuhan bat.
a COVID Wuhan bat.
That's what he turns into.
But can the bat catch the ball?
He can turn back into a
Interesting.
man
No, I love.
You're
it.
right.
in like an instant, Jimmy.
No, you're right.
It's a very deep question you asked.
You're
Can the
absolutely
bat
right.
catch the ball?
Can the bat catch the ball?
Interesting.
You're right.
All right,
Can
Dracula.
a bat catch the ball?
You're up.
Who do I think for
Who do
right
you have
field?
for right field?
Well, I'm gonna throw one out here, and we can talk about whether it's horror or not.
Okay.
We can have this conversation all day, but I think it'll just be easier for you guys to cave. I'm going with the ghost of shoeless Joe Jackson from Field of Dreams.
That's not horror at all, but okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
It's scary for dads.
It's-
It's scary for dads.
But then they all play together, and it's very fun and happy.
It's scary for
Yeah,
dad.
Scary for dads.
You have a backup, don't you? Or are you committed?
No, I'm committing.
I'm
no,
doubling
I'm
down on
committed.
this. All right.
He's fast. He's
Sure.
reliable.
Yeah.
Injuries not gonna
He's a
happen.
baseball player.
He's a
He
fucking
is
there-
literally
that's-
a baseball player.
Yeah.
And think of the money you'll save on shoes.
He just runs right out of him.
The ghost of shoeless Joe
Okay.
Jackson.
All right, guys. I'm fine because it's a ghost. So ghosts do fall under the wide umbrella
Spooky.
of horror. Spooky. They totally do. So I'm fine with it. And Jimmy's right. It's easier just to cave. Just step into it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm not picking it, but you can present it. That's fine.
Look at my vote. All right. Shoeless Joe
Well
Jackson.
played, sir.
All right.
The ghost of shoeless Joe Jackson.
Shit, let me bring up my notes here. Okay, this one, I'm. Like,
Yep.
It's so funny now that Jimmy explains why you have these positions because I was just like, meh, she's out in the field. I have Carrie from Carrie,
A psychic, a telepath.
a telepath. Want to move the ball into fun directions.
But you got to get her mad.
But you gotta
Dude,
get her mad first,
Mike,
right?
that's who I had for pitcher, bro. Think about
Gotta
it.
hit
Why
that.
she would be the best pitcher?
That was too on. I mean, I get it, and I was thinking someone's gonna pick somebody with telekinesis.
It's like a wiffle ball pitcher.
But
You
I
just
think
can't hit it.
But then, okay, so she needs to get mad. So what we do is we take the kids who ridiculed her in school and we put her right behind them in the stands, and they just
I love
berate
that.
her.
I love
They
that.
just berate her. It's like Super Saiyan.
They're
mode,
throwing
right?
blood at her.
Exactly. They're lighting shit on fire.
Super Saiyan
just
mode.
to cause trauma that's deeply buried inside of her, and then she goes crazy.
Yeah. I'm worried about the fan casualties.
I mean, just put it in the ticket price. Right? And you said not a lot happens in right field, right?
That's true.
There's not gonna be a lot of fans out there.
God, you hope she doesn't get the ball.
Everybody's a right hitter on the other fucking team. So yeah, carry for telekinesis
Okay.
and rage plays basically, right? She wants to fucking huck that ball. She just thinks it goes that way.
Love it.
All right.
Charles?
Okay, so you guys said this is roughly like you're not so great player. Yeah. Oh man.
Typically batting last.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it just because I feel like for participation he'll bring it.
No problem.
Leprechaun.
Oh boy,
He's crafty.
he is. He is.
Yeah, and he cheats but gets away with it, so he'll fit right in.
He fit right in.
Doesn't
with the
have a
Yankees.
high vertical though.
Yeah, up against
He
that wall.
He leaps. He leaps.
What's a big wall? Boston,
He leaps.
New York.
If there's a
who's got a
ra-
big
if
wall?
you
Who's
can
got the wall?
convince him
It's
that there's a
Is it
rainbow.
Boston? It's
Yeah.
got the big wall at the
But
back.
if that big wall is in left field.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
where it goes all the time.
Yeah, so we don't
All
have
right.
to worry about that.
Okay, fair enough.
Can he not use his leprechaun tricks to make someone
absolutely
else
can.
grab the
Can,
ball?
yeah, no. This is a horror baseball team. No one's gonna be nice.
He most certainly can.
Yeah, like didn't he? Like he's gonna get other guys drunk, like he did with the guy in the first scene, right? And he's gonna promise everybody gold to like throw the game. I could totally
That's
see
right.
him.
And he's lying.
He might not be doing much on the field, but like when it comes to like leprechaun tricks in the locker room, I mean, he might be. Like, why am I arguing for you? I'm gonna shut up.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So since
Just
we have
grab
4
them by
difference,
the
Yeah.
pot of gold.
We have
what
four.
do we do?
What do we do? Well, we eliminate 2 of the ones we don't really care about. How do we do
Shoeless
that?
Joe.
He's an actual baseball player.
I like this.
Yeah.
You were brought in, but
Coach.
now here's the door.
Mhm.
Shoeless Joe, you must go find a pair of shoes and kick rocks. All right, Shoeless Joe's gone. Who else do we have? We have.
I'm sure Leprechaun's gone.
Dracula's the only real pick.
I think it's Dracula
We're
versus
gonna have
Carrie
Carrie
here.
back, Mike.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Carrie back as a pitcher.
Yeah, I think we go Dracula.
Charles, this is
Yeah.
Dracula. All
I
right.
think Dracula is a fair. Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
step into a
Dracula's
warm
smart.
bath of Agriel and say it's Dracula. All right, there we go. Bram Stoker's Dracula, to be specific.
Welcome to my home.
Imagine him at away games, just fucking with the crowd, drinking their blood.
Turning them.
I would like to
They
see
heckle him. They fucking pull a Daryl.
Well, they show up to the game as the home team fan, and then they switch halfway through after he drinks their blood.
All right, so Jimmy,
Well,
what's where do we go next?
Let's go across the field. Let's go to third base.
Third base. Okay, what's third base? What's so important about third
Strong
base?
defender, good arm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Throw
gotta
up.
be fast too because he's the closest to
Gotta
the
be
pitcher.
quick.
Oh no, sorry, the pitcher, the batter.
I'd say probably
On the field.
either your third or second best defender.
Swing, bada, bada, swing.
So I'm gonna do, since we're on third base, I'm gonna do a trio proposal for all my infield. So I'm doing third base, second base, and shortstop. The hand from Evil Dead, Thing from Addams Family, and then the hand from Idle Hands.
That's a lot of hands.
I should give you.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna give you
Also,
that.
too, they don't need gloves because they already got a hand. And we know they're fast. We know they're fast. We know they're fast. They got quick reaction
I
time.
just want to know the
And
physics
you know what? These are
behind it.
when in the shows they are out of shape hands, but we're gonna put them on that Mark McGuire, whatever he's taking regimen, and they're vertical, and their muscles on these hands are gonna be huge.
The Barry Bonds diet.
I want to know the physics of how a severed hand throws a ball.
I also want to know how they're
They
gonna.
think throws.
I know he
darts.
does, but how?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We have Jason Voorhees as first base.
Fine.
What the fuck are you arguing science for this
Jimmy,
stupid debate?
Yeah, you're forgetting a very
Fine.
important rule.
Fucking arguing science. How does it working with the fucking hands?
But how does it throw?
You're also forgetting
I
that through the
appreciate
power
it.
of
We have a
Satan,
guy with no
anything
reflection
is possible.
in the outfield.
There's no mirrors in baseball.
Can you imagine the away team? Like just Dracula can't turn.
He
to the
knows he's
stands.
there.
They all show up
Yeah.
and do a wave with the sun blasting on him. Well, Jim, right field
The
seems
Dark-
to be
the
vacant.
Dark
Yeah, we
Lord
didn't
is
think
very
about that.
We didn't think about afternoon
Dracula
games.
can't play day games.
We didn't even think.
Oh no,
about
he's got SPF 600. It's fine.
I don't
Oh, that's
know.
fine. Okay, we're retconning that in, I guess.
Yeah, the science of this does not count or
Okay,
anything.
so
There's
are
no-
you saying? hang
logic
on.
to this?
No, I want to revisit. I want to revisit this hand thing because I like what
There's
you're
three
doing.
hands, Mike. 3 hands.
There's 3 hands, but are you?
None of them have a glove.
None of them have a glove. But
Don't
they
need
can
it.
all throw.
You know what? We're gonna donate those gloves to a charity of children who have traumatic experiences at summer camps.
Who are
We're
missing-
donating all the proceeds
very
of gloves we don't
specific.
need, equipment.
It's very. Are we gonna give it
Do
to
some
Kid-
good for this horror team. You know?
But I'm trying to figure out. Are you okay? So we went across to third. Which one of these is third, or am I missing?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Like
matter.
it's third, shortstop, and second base are all going to be played by just a hand.
You know, I'll say
Buffed up in different movies.
I'd say Field of Dreams is scarier than the Addams Family.
Depends on your version is scary. Okay, all right. He's got the hands. All right, whatever hand it is, I like it. I like it.
Give me some hand.
I'll give you a hand job at the end of this for sure. Jimmy,
Okay, I'm gonna go with
something with a body.
Well, listen, we're picking a lot of wily vets here. We're picking a lot of older guys. I think we need someone to round it out. I'm picking Finney from the Black Phone. Yeah.
Oh.
Now maybe. Listen.
Doesn't say much.
Listen, we pick a kid. You know what? Screw him. I'll pick the one that died. We'll go with Bruce Yamada.
Okay.
Yeah, the one who hits the home run off Finney. We're gonna pick him. He's gonna get. And you know what? We'll have him for years. Think about that.
He'll be trapped.
We sign him now to a rookie deal.
Yeah.
And then we get to sign him to a big contract. Later, he'll be with us his whole career.
That spirit won't be able to leave.
That's right.
all of our players so far are immortal. What the fuck do we need a human for?
I'm fine with that. Well, no, if you Black
Super
Phone,
team.
I
he's-
picked a
on,
dead
Jimmy.
boy.
He's picked a dead boy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's better than Shoeless Joe.
A lot of ghosts.
Is Casper up?
He is not better than Shoeless Joe Jackson.
This is like when Mike picked the dog Remember that the dog pick?
He picked the dog from
Oh,
John Wick.
yeah.
Pick the good one. You didn't have to pick the one that died in John Wick. Why do you pick the one that lived?
Because nobody would pick Lucy, guys. Come on. Fuck. The little dogs need love, too, even though they die 30 seconds into the film.
Mike, who do you got? Third base.
Got no baseball knowledge. That's what I got.
Third base.
Third base. My favorite base is
Third base.
Third base. I went big again. I went with somebody who likes to walk around with a big knife and wear a funny mask. Looks like he's maybe Captain James.
Just say
T.
Michael
Kirk
Myers.
bleached. It's Michael fucking Myers on third base, right? And I mean, just hear me out here. The stoic demeanor again.
He's lumbering. I don't know.
He's too big for the position.
But just imagine trying to steal third. Like you're on second.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to.
And you have if you accidentally touch Michael, you're a final girl. Even if you're not, you're final. Like you're done. So standing there wanting to get to first, you're probably going to want to walk and get there as nice as you can with Jason. And then when you're on second eventually and you're like, I'm going to steal third. Fuck that, I'm not. So there's going to be a lot of less steal plays going on.
You're saying people are second guessing whether or not they're going to steal.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's good analytical baseball, Michael.
I watched Moneyball. So Michael Myers for third base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charles?
Charles?
Okay. So you guys said this one's got to be fast, but a good pitcher.
Yeah.
Good arm.
Fast, strong arm.
Or good
He's got to
arm.
throw
Good
from
arm.
third
Oh,
to first.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because this guy's
Good
going to
throwing
recover and tosser. Gotcha.
That's right.
Okay.
Because my guy doesn't have an arm, but he can throw pretty well.
He's got hands.
He's got hands.
He's got idle hands.
That hand's got some torque.
I mean, Thing does get her. He does run pretty fast.
Just pick Thing.
You know what? I actually really like that. Thing does play baseball in one of the movies.
He
so-
does.
Thing
I think
takes
it's
third
part
base?
3, Adam's Family 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
then we got
Thing.
an actual. All right. Well, you didn't say that.
Yeah. That
I
totally
didn't
buried
think I
the
needed
lead
to.
there.
I thought the hand sold
Yeah,
itself.
and he's
By the way, the hand
and
played
he's
baseball.
good at doing the call signs. He's
That's
really good
huge.
at doing the call signs.
Oh, yeah,
for
he
the
can do the
Empire and
signs.
shit.
He can do the signs.
That's huge.
You can't
Yeah.
do the signs.
Great pick. You're right.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know we played.
Yeah.
I didn't know we
And
played
no one
ball.
will see him, so he'll take everybody out because no one sees him coming.
Thing played college ball at Texas Tech.
are we literally putting down
Yeah.
Thing for third?
Dominated.
Yeah.
All right, Thing for third.
Thing hand.
He's a Longhorn.
He's
He's a Texas Longhorn. Thing.
he's very good.
I got to put AF to reference Adam's Family as opposed to The Thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's who I wanted to recommend, too. Fuck, I forgot to put him in a position.
Jimmy.
Let's go to center field.
Okay.
So typically this would be your fastest player, one of your best defenders. If he calls for the ball, everybody else backs off.
Mine?
Yeah.
Instead of everybody running into each other and
Exactly.
looking like an idiot? Okay. All right. Center field.
So somebody fast, somebody nice like that.
I'm
gonna-
going
Oh,
Ridley
you go.
Scott's Xenomorph.
Ooh, I had her.
Doesn't need a glove. Will catch the ball with his mouth. We can also donate that glove to the charity that we're
Catches
also
with
going to be
the little
having
mouth.
for summer kids who are scarred at summer camps. That's what we're going to call it.
Covers a lot of ground really fast.
Are you talking about Xenomorph?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the charity.
And got crazy vertical.
Yep,
She
that's right.
does.
Just could scale the wall.
Can get over that Boston wall.
Can you imagine her hucking a
At
ball
Fenway
back?
Park.
That's a great pick.
Like the toss has got some acid on it,
That's right.
right? She can, like a spitball.
Burns right through the glove.
Right through the skin.
I don't know.
Right through it.
She's testy though. Do you think she could be pulled out of a game if she was acting a fool out there? Like how are you gonna tell?
None of these
Xenomorph?
characters can be pulled out of a game.
No,
Let's be real.
yeah. Well, I don't know.
Maybe Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Well, he's not on the team, Martin.
He's back in the cornfield.
You just wait. We're gonna need him.
It's him, James Earl, and Kevin.
You just wait. I think that's a good pick.
I think it's a great pick.
Charles, who do
Say
you have?
yours? Or are we good?
Oh my god. I mean I'm good.
Okay, all right. I'll throw my 2 cents in here. You said you want somebody who's going to call for it. Everyone's going to stay away from. Basically,
Confident.
What about the creeper from Jeepers Creepers?
And can
That's also a
fly.
good pick.
I've got another flyer for us. Right?
I've actually got him in left field, Mike.
There's a lot of
As
overlap
well.
on this one today.
A lot of over.
You know, if I'm being honest, I think the Jeepers Creepers monster has a little more like sentience and could relay that he wants the ball. I don't know if the xenomorph can exactly make that clear to everybody.
Do we have to teach the entire team an ancient alien dialect language to communicate?
And you know, he's got that hook grapple gun too.
He does.
Love that.
And I mean, eventually, while they're on the road, may steal another teammate, throw him down a hole.
That's right.
Eat him later. Next thing you know, they can't go out with the full lineup. Like, you know, no one will ever think it's him. Anyways, Jeepers Creepers, no?
I'm going to vote that way.
Ooh. Charlotte,
I'm okay with it. Jeepers Creepers sounds good. That was my left field, so I'm just going to bring aliens back to left field.
I think that'd be a better spot for him.
I might bring him back to left field because, I mean, we need him on the team.
Well, let's just throw him in left field then.
All right.
No, I want him in... No, that's fine. Okay. All right.
You got yours.
Just for shits and giggles, can my third base coach be Fran Drescher's character from Beautician and the Beast?
Oh my god!
Imagine the heckling on that. It'd be so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that could be the third base coach.
That's the third base coach.
Bring him in. Bring him in, coach.
Oh my god!
All right.
He's ready. So now we need a shortstop, second baseman, a catcher, and a pitcher.
That is very much correct.
Where the hand from Evil Dead is my second baseman.
We can't just have a field full of hands.
Because all hands, babe. All hands on deck, Jimmy. All hands on deck.
Okay, Jimmy, how about you start off second? Because we know what the hands
I'm throwing Devin
is.
Sawa in.
Devin Sawa from...
Baseball fan. Devin Sawa from Life.
Okay.
From horror. From Little Giants. We know he's got baseball experience.
That's true. Okay.
He's ready to play.
So
Wait,
the
Little
actor
Giants
Devin
is a football
Sawa.
game.
Yes,
Jimmy.
the actor Devin
It's a
Sawa.
football movie. Little Giants is a football movie.
Well, I didn't know that.
What movie What are you movie you talking about? Yeah, and Ed O'Neill.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, he's an athlete.
Wild America.
I think he ran in a movie.
Yeah.
He runs in Nikita.
And you know, he's sad about the Blue Jays, so he'll want to play.
Okay. All right. Jimmy says Devin Sawa.
From Little
I'm okay with
Giants.
giving Jimmy a pick because we didn't give him Shoeless Joe.
Charles, you go now.
Okay, well, I'm picking Devin Sawa's hand from Idle Hands.
Boom, that's what I proposed, baby. Charles and me might win it. So I mean, it's Devin Sawa in a little bit, right?
I'll take that as a partial win.
Oh yeah, and he was in Final Destination too. That's right.
Exactly.
I thought Chucky would be a great second baseman.
Too small.
I think he's going to be a good umpire. He's going to be a great umpire.
Were we supposed to cast the umpire?
No.
Okay.
What?
Good.
That's the one thing. That's the
I
only thing I
casted the third
casted.
base coach.
Are we going with Devin Sawa in the idle hand? That's okay.
Fine.
The hand. Devin Sawa's
The
hand.
He's attached to it.
Jesus Christ. The hand.
You don't give us thing. We'll take Devin Sawa's
We
thing.
did. Oh, wait, you did get thing.
I did. I
think
got
we
the
did.
thing. We're gonna get all hands on deck in the infield.
Wow. So that's
Oh, is that the name of our team?
Just to recap right now, we've got Jason Voorhees at first, the hand from Idle Hands on second, Thing from Adam's Family on third. Right field, we've got Dracula flying around. Left field, we've got the Xenomorph.
Whoa.
And center field, we've got the Creeper from Jeepers
That's
Creepers.
right.
Jeepers Creepers.
Jimmy, where are you taking us next?
Let's get
Umpire.
shortstop out of the way. So
Let's
your
do it.
best defender, I'm going with Bradley Trevor from Dr. Sleep, another murdered boy.
You weren't kidding about defense.
What's with you and all these murdered boys?
Listen, that's what's happening in baseball
They
horror
need a
combos.
voice.
I'm trying to find someone who played baseball and was murdered.
He's just trying to make it work.
And Charlie
Hey,
Sheen's
Bruce.
still alive, so I made
if
my
we
choice.
picked all years, Jimmy, it would be the Little League Cemetery. That's what
Oh
Called,
God.
called
the
Little
team would be
Giants.
called. The Little League Cemeterians.
The Little Giant Cemetery.
We got him for his
Oh
whole
my
life.
God.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
I picked. I've got Samara Morgan from The Ring.
Oh, she threw out a
Oh, I like
first
that.
pitch. She
Right?
threw out a first
She
pitch.
has thrown out a
She
first.
has.
Really, a little bit of reality
Yes,
there.
I believe at a Korean baseball game, she threw out the first pitch.
So I picked her again, like just that eerie. Like she can move. She
And you
can-
know, she did better than fucking 50 Cent did. I'll tell you that much.
why? What happened?
50
True.
Cent didn't even get it across the plate.
Oh,
He whiffed
That's
it.
right.
He did.
That's right.
Those celebrity pitches are.
She
so
threw it right down the
awkward.
damn middle. So I think
Yeah,
that's an
she
excellent
doesn't
pick.
fuck
All
around.
right. Also, I think too, like Like beyond the fact that she's freaky as fuck, but she's like wiry, right? She can crawl in and out of shit. She's been locked in her.
Well, you put a TV at second base.
No problems. Well, here's what
Think of the double play she could turn.
But hear what I was thinking. If you don't use her on the field, what if you stick her inside one of the tapes from the other team? So when they watch tape the following week of the game where they lost, she comes out and haunts the whole team again.
I don't know if they use physical tapes anymore.
Really? They don't use VHS anymore, there, buddy? Whatever tape system. Okay.
No, it's gonna be an email chain like Two Girls, One Cup.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be, an email chain.
The MP. Hang on. She'll infect the MP4 file. Let's bring this up to date. Okay. She'll infect the digital hard drive that they watch the tape on.
That's better.
So when the coaches go to watch the tape and be like, "What were we lacking last week in the loss?"
They wake up dead.
They wake up dead. Exactly. And they
How the hell do you wake up dead?
You get them at the you kneecap them, right? You take out the whole entire coaching team, and the rest just crumbles. Samara, that's my pick.
At second base.
Shortstop.
Shortstop, right?
Yeah. Martin, what's your short? I know what your shortstop is.
I mean, listen here.
If it's
we
another
got a lot of
goddamn
characters with
hand.
all their body parts and stuff like that, but really, you just need a hand that can do a hand really well.
Oh no!
And what better hand than the hand from Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead that he chops off?
Like if he really has second base, third base, and shortstop with this fucking hand thing.
All hands on deck, baby. Let's do
That's
it.
hilarious.
Well
That's
played.
what they'd call them.
They would. They wore T-shirts like that.
There'd be puns.
Hans.
That would be it. That would be the trio, the infield trio, the trifecta.
Charles,
of hand.
did you catch that?
Yeah.
Just in case you forgot, it's the hand from Evil Dead. Just in case that slipped by you earlier in the show.
I mean,
Yep.
Like I want to
Ash's
give it to
hand.
him just because it would complete everything. but
Fine.
I just want to hear Charles out first, and then we can move on.
For this position, I was gonna say Anna Taylor-Joy from The Witch, but like at the very end when she's like the witch.
Any baseball reason?
Yeah. Any?
I just feel like that witch can fly around, right? She's got a lot of agility, speed on her. I don't know. Baseball.
And that's probably when baseball was invented.
yeah, back in the Salem days, the Salem witch trials, they needed something in between witch trials to do, so they invented baseball.
Salem witch
you go.
baseball.
Isn't that what part is this? What position is this?
Where are we on the show?
Are we shortstop or second?
We're
What is this one?
shortstop.
All right, let's just give it to the fucking
The
hand.
fucking hand wins it. Jesus Christ. The hand.
All hands on deck.
So now we need a catcher and a pitcher. And I have a dual combo that I'll pitch together.
Okay.
I don't know if have you guys seen The Fan with Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro?
Oh my God!
Is it?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So I pitch
Yeah.
Robert De Niro as the pitcher, and then his buddy that he kills as the catcher.
Oh, that's dark, but I love it. The Fan.
It's more of a thriller, but it works.
Oh my God, that's
I
great.
Or
love-
thriller, it's genre
I just
bending.
need to say I love that movie.
It's a really good movie.
I like it very much. Wesley Snipes
It's
is
great.
It
John
was a
Leguizamo.
baseball movie too, wasn't it?
Sorry,
It is.
It is.
It is a baseball movie.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
No, I think it's a football.
Little Giants is a football movie. Oh, what was I thinking?
I think you're thinking Mighty Ducks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Quack, quack,
He
quack.
could have been great.
And De Niro's kind of, I mean,
He's scary.
I appreciate De Niro more than Shoeless Joe. Nothing against Joe.
The
but, like,
ghost of Shoeless.
Sorry,
Joe Jack.
let me get that right. Charles, you go next for.
Cool.
You go next for pitcher.
Oh, this is for pitcher.
Yeah.
Ooh.
50 Cent.
Yeah. I think he was in a horror movie. No, Busta was in H2O.
Yeah, no, Resurrection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Myers with
Shit
karate.
for pitcher, hey? You know what? I'll say Freddy, because if I'm not mistaken, he did haunt some kid's dream either with like something to do with some sort of sport. I think it was baseball or something.
Sports related
But I
dreams,
feel like-
definitely.
I
could
feel like
probably get
Freddy
some
could be a
spin on it.
creative pitcher, and also he would be one of the few pitchers that talks shit right before he throws the ball.
And that's intimidating.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
You know what?
He would
Here
really
I
get in
will.
their head.
I'll co-sign this.
I bet he could put some damn spin on the ball with those claws.
Right? you get that torque
Yeah,
going,
that's
right? If
right.
it's at the end of it.
He could call the pitch or whatever, like if he knows that you're afraid of spider, he's like, "Here comes the spider," or something like that. And
That's
then
hilarious.
That would
Well,
fuck with them.
I agree with Charles
because that's Freddy.
Freddy's also my pick. But and I'll sign on this because can you imagine having a pitch thrown at you with a nightmare spell in it that as soon as you connect, it's like a flash forward to the worst nightmarish moment of your life.
Terrifying. That's how it was when
Absolutely.
Doc Ellis pitched that no-hitter on LSD.
There you go. Right? I've seen that 30 for
It's a
30.
good documentary.
It's a great documentary. But like everything that comes from Freddy is full of your worst nightmares.
That's right.
So if we can somehow incorporate the pitch being hit, it like flash
Is he gonna
forwards.
roofie all the other players so that they can dream and get the nightmares?
Yeah, he's gonna do that too. That's a great fucking
Put it
idea.
in the Gatorade.
He'll do what he'll water boy them. He'll figure out a way to get into their subconscious, so they just see him everywhere.
That's right.
Now we're just making up character. Now we're just making up traits.
That's what we've been doing.
Right
Fucking
before
Dracula's
Bobby,
in center field.
Right field.
Thank you.
Right before he gets on the field, he's like, "Hey, Bobby, water sucks," and then he just sees like the coach's head on every player saying, "Water sucks." That's what Freddy does to everyone. He finds their deepest thing, and then he does it. Yeah. So they just start freaking out and see every player as Freddy and being
I mean,
like,
we
"Oh,
have to
fuck."
have him on the team. He's an iconic horror character.
Let's
So
make him pitcher.
Just make him pitcher. All right.
Fine.
Yeah,
then,
I'm okay
then
with that.
I want Gil Renard from the Fan as the coach.
We're
The man loves baseball more than he loves his son.
Freddy was the pitcher. We still need the catcher. We're not there yet. So who catches these nightmare pitches from Freddy? Who could be?
I think we go Grudge Girl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
with her
What
mouth.
baseball aspect? I'll pose the same question.
You know, just flexible. She can crouch for a long time.
This is true.
That's that's honestly the
It's
hardest
hard
part.
on the knees.
A lot of catchers don't go for a very long time because it's a very demanding position.
On the hips, the knees.
That's
yeah,
right.
Definitely. She's bendy. You're right. I can totally see this.
Or
right?
sorry, Grudge Boy. I said Grudge Girl. Didn't
Yeah,
I?
that's
yeah.
okay.
I mean the boy who crawls down the stairs. Yeah. I think he would be very comfortable at the catcher position.
Jimmy, your team would be called the Ghosts of Kindergarten's Past.
I did pick a lot of dead boys.
You did.
Just be
There's a-
child cemetery.
yeah.
Yeah, that's your team.
Next, I'll be picking the baby from Pet Cemetery.
Didn't.
Oh my god.
Please make that the manager.
You don't want to bury those kids up in there.
I put.
Oh,
I
God,
put.
That's where they're putting the new baseball field.
The baby from Rosemary's Baby.
I have Leatherface sitting as catcher. Those long bombs that he's got to throw to second if he's trying to get somebody out there because we didn't. Who do we put at second? The hand. It's not going to be hard for.
It's a hard target to hit.
A very hard target.
gotta
to
be
hit.
accurate.
Small zone. But I also had another reason. I swear. Having. Oh yeah.
What is it?
So like, here's the thing, right? Like,
Well, what is it?
Well, let me tell you. So the thing about him is that I watched Texas Chainsaw recently, and
Yeah.
and it always throws back to like that dingy house, and him living in a basement.
And it's so hot.
It's hot, and he
No,
plays
it's
with
Texas.
it's rotting meat. So just imagine someone of
How
that.
are you going to work this back into baseball?
How are you gonna bat in front of somebody who smells like that catching the ball behind you? It's
the
just
stinky catcher.
the stinky catcher, right? Like you know how you can put a little bit of grip on your fingers for like there was that tar that you could use for a while.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, I know that's been removed, but for a minute they had that stuff like
Stickum.
the stickum. That's it, right?
Yep.
This is the stickum for the catcher, right? This is that
Stinkum.
Stinkum. There it is. You see what I'm getting at? So he just like
stink 'em.
the flies and the putrid smell of Leatherface.
Can't hit with that.
You can't concentrate.
Okay.
You can't put it in the third rack at the
I
back.
worked with a guy like that. He stunk him, and it was difficult.
Yeah.
It was difficult to do anything.
Right? You can't focus. You can't think. It's in
No,
your
it's
mouth.
awful.
You taste it.
Awful.
Like he's just a
You
distraction.
can't throw him out.
Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do anything. He's just sitting there catching a
He's
ball.
stinky.
Stinky Leatherface.
Stinky.
Martin, what
He's
do you
in
think?
company L. That was for you, Jimmy.
All right, hit the showers.
Martin, what's your pick for catcher?
Well, I had originally Jason Voorhees,
Big body,
but I'm not
big
going to pick
body.
him. But I'll tell you why. But I'll pick the. I'll go with Mike Myers. We didn't pick Mike Myers, did we?
Groovy.
We did, but he hadn't made
I'll
it.
throw him in there, and this is same reason why I picked him. He's a big guy. Nothing is getting past him when they come to home plate.
That's
right.
true. You
That's
charge
very
them out,
true.
you're going to lose that battle.
Yeah.
He's already got a mask So the mask that we don't need, we can donate it to that charity that we are going to have.
I too had a mask.
Right? So he brings his own gear. He's a big wall, and nothing's getting past him. Try body checking that guy. You're not going
it's not
anywhere.
gonna happen.
No, he's not going to drop the ball. You're out.
Okay.
End of story.
Well, Charles, what do you think?
And you know what? He can take those heaters from Freddy because he's a big guy. He's got a good base, good solid base.
That's true. Even if he doesn't catch it, he's blocking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Something's
Nothing's getting
happening.
past him. He's the wall.
All right. Yeah, I like Michael. I do. This one, though, I have to say, Jimmy, you inspired this one with your De Niro pick.
Thank you.
I'm going to go De Niro from Cape Fear. And my reason is that
leaning.
while he's in prison,
Count
he
that.
obviously
What's going on? Count that.
a game that he got used to pass the time was just throwing the ball at the wall and catching it. Throwing the ball at the wall,
That's right.
catching it. And years, weeks, whatever of doing that, my God, they called him the catcher in prison. So
Fair enough. In that classy ass suit that he wears. Oh my God, that hair. That's one of his.
and
best-
he's motivated. He's never
yes.
been more motivated in his life than when he's out of prison. So as soon as he's out of prison, we're like, we need you on the team.
Sure, that makes sense.
Like
Where do I
bad news.
sign?
Yeah.
Nick Nolte or Gary Busey or whoever is there, and you can kill him after.
Nick,
He'll be like, yes.
That's your other Nick or Gary. Gary Busey or
think
Nick
it's Nick-
Nolte, you know, the
I
same
think
guy.
it's Nick Nolte. Yeah, I think they're the same guy, but I think Nick Nolte's the one. Yeah, Nick Nolte.
I'm going to go Bobby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bobby from which one? Bobby from
Cape
Cape
Fear.
Fear?
Yeah, I think that's a great pick.
Do we put De Niro behind? Martin, what do we do here?
I don't know. I like Bobby too as well.
Bobby.
I like Bobby De Niro. I mean, why not have Bobby De Niro on the field?
You guys
Man
are all in the
loves
circle of trust.
The man loves baseball.
He is a big New York. Is he Yankees or is he?
I'm not sure what he likes.
Yeah.
He's New York.
So
He's not Ben Affleck, I'll tell you that.
Bobby.
Whatever's New York.
Do you guys
I think
see,
also
did you guys,
Nicholson's a lunatic too.
have you
for
guys heard that
baseball.
story of Affleck shutting down production on the town because they wanted him to wear a Yankees hat and he just would not do it?
Wow.
I wouldn't if I was a Boston guy. Like I would not wear one if I was
so-
from Boston.
So they
If you
compromised.
guys watch, sorry.
They compromised. He wore a New York Mets hat instead. He just said, "Listen, I can't fucking do it," and he refused to wear a Yankees hat. And they shut down
That
production.
That's
rivalry is so
awesome.
deep, though. You can't wear that if you're a Boston.
you
if
just
you're a
don't.
Sox fan, you
if
can't
that
wear
got
that hat.
out,
Oh, they wouldn't. People would never let him hear the end of it.
No.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes.
Nicholson did the
That's
same thing on The Departed. He's literally
Yeah.
that whole movie's about the King of Boston, which he plays. And if you look, the scene where he breaks Leo's cast, he's wearing a Yankees hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they literally
He doesn't wear a
literally-
Celtics. He doesn't wear a Celtics hat. He wouldn't wear a
He
Celtics hat.
literally said, he's like, I don't give a fuck what your lawyers tell me. I will walk away from this movie. So they let him keep the fucking hat on.
That's right.
That's amazing.
I think
Yeah,
he
because
takes it off in the-
LA and Boston had that big rivalry
Yeah,
in the 80s.
he very much hates it.
Insane.
So they
Insane.
hated each other. Those two cities hated
It's
each other.
also
in the 80s.
Nicholson. If he says no, it's like he'll walk. He will.
Nicholson's
walk.
an LA fan. He has season tickets and is
Yeah.
all the games.
So we
Yeah.
need,
Basketball.
Yeah.
So
we need a name for
Yeah.
this team.
We do. We definitely
I
do.
think
who do we
call
have,
it-
Mike? Can you sound it off?
Let's call them the Idle Hands.
The Idle Hands. The
Ooh, that is a
beaters.
catchy name. I had the Amityville Nightmares.
That's a nice name.
Yeah, that one's
It was
fun.
like a little league
That's
team in my
spooky.
head, right?
Yeah.
But it
I
kinda
was going to
plays
say
everything.
sleight of
Oh, little league
hands.
team.
Sleight of hands.
The
That's
Albuquerque
funny.
Isotopes.
Yeah, something like that, right? Okay, so the Idle
De Niro.
Hands is the best name just because of how it plays. You got to have something for
fits.
baseball. It fits. I
Yeah,
don't know if
idle
I want-
hands.
I don't
What's
wanna
the city?
What's the city? I picked New York. I mean, the city
What's
that
scarier
See
than New
you
York?
fall.
what's scarier than New York, right?
Gotham.
Bramford.
Crystal Lake.
I'm picking like a really shit no name, not a shit town, but like I'm not a very big city, not a well-known city.
Transylvania.
Morden. Transylvania.
You guys want to know what I called the field?
What'd you call the
know how
field?
the field has a name?
Yeah.
All right. So
Bitcoin?
my pick's New York, but the field name is Sleepaway Field.
Love that.
What was it called, Mike?
Sleepaway Field. That was for you.
That's for me.
That was for you.
That's lovely.
I
pick it.
You pick it?
What about
Does anybody else
Welcome
have?
to my
Okay, well, hang on. Charles and Martin, where's your location and what's your stadium name, if you had one?
I was gonna go Branson, Missouri.
That's a scary place.
That's a scary place. Okay.
That's a damn scary place.
Did you have a stadium name at all, like I did, or am I the only one who gave two fucks about that?
We're gonna call it Sawa Stadium,
Oh,
like Devon Sawa.
Oh, Sawa Stadium. So the SS. Everybody go to the SS.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Branson, Missouri.
I would
In
scare
Branson,
you
Missouri.
than that.
No kidding.
He knows his market.
Charles, last for you. Real estate. What's the location? And
Tallahassee, Florida.
You know what? Just because I say give them this arena more than ever. I'll say Compton, and the name of the stadium will be called Welcome to My Nightmare Field.
Can we just call this Sleepaway Field?
We're calling them the Globetrotters.
No, the Generals. They're due for a win, Jimmy.
I thought the Generals were due.
Guys, we're so close.
Can we just call the team Jason Takes Manhattan?
Love it. That's what they call it every time he comes to play the Yankees.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, they
Guys
use all,
asked for
they
it,
use all their
Jason
famous
takes
cuts
For Friday Night Baseball, yeah.
for Friday Night Baseball. That's brilliant. Are we gonna go with Sleepaway Field in New York, or do
You can have
Thank
it.
you. If you say it enough,
Can do
it's
it.
true. Sleepaway.
Sleepaway Field, hey?
Yeah.
That's nice.
New York.
So if you guys are taking anything from this episode, it's to go home and watch Ray Donovan.
I think it's 7 seasons and a fucking
And a
movie, so
movie.
that's fun.
Has he ever done a horror movie? Because we need a manager.
Yeah, he's in Scream.
That's right.
Oh yeah, he wasn't Scream.
He's in the first 3
Yeah.
Scream
Yeah.
movies.
He was the killer.
Yep.
No,
He was also
wasn't the killer.
Sabretooth.
I guess we could have Ghostface as a
So I thought.
manager as Ghostface.
That's you think Ghostface? I think Dick Halloran from The Shining.
That's a good manager.
That is a good manager as well. I like him.
I love that.
Right? Can you?
Yep.
Can you?
Great pick.
Fuck. Like
Scatman.
Scatman Carruthers. The
put
guy
him in
who-
there.
He can shine. He can
Harry
communicate.
Carey.
Right? Like.
Harry Carey is not our manager.
But just.
Why
I'm
not?
Harry Carey.
He'll support everyone.
But
He'll
like-
support everyone on the team.
The ghost of Harry Carey.
So for Dick, I just like. Dick is used to being around ghouls and ghosts and goblins, so he'd feel at home with this
Ghouls.
list of.
Yeah, nothing's gonna
you're right.
get him shook.
Right?
That's
Nothing's
right.
gonna shake him exactly.
Great
so,
pick, Michael.
So okay, let's recap for our listeners.
Well done, Michael.
First base, Jason Voorhees. Second base, The Hand from.
Which one? Which hand?
I knew this was gonna fucking happen.
They have their names on their jerseys, Michael.
This would be the Idle Hand from the Idle the Hand from Idle Hands. Then we have on third base Thing, the Hand from Addams Family.
Right.
Freddy is
Oh
pitching.
my God.
Catcher is Bobby De Niro from Cape Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Right field, we have Dracula flying around. Left field, we have the Xenomorph spitting acid. Center field, we have the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Then shortstop, one more hand, ladies and gentlemen. This
That's
is
good
the,
defense.
This is the Hand from Evil Dead. Dick Halloran is our manager, keeping all of these idiots together from The Shining. The name of the team is the Idle Hands. The stadium and location is the Sleepaway Field, featured in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your 2023 horror-inspired baseball team.
World Series champs.
We're going all the way.
Imagine how many times they would play the Monster Mash at home games.
That's
my
everyone's walk-up song.
Like, what do we have for treats?
And they
and,
all
like,
come out.
like, what are concessions?
It's
Right?
just it's Monster Mash and it's Lady Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Where are my little monsters? And she's talking to the dead boys that I picked for our team.
Exactly. You know what they're going to be?
I should have picked Howie Mandel
But
from Little
no.
Monsters.
I want to see.
I forgot to pick Howie Mandel.
Oh, you
Damn
did.
it.
Hey, you know, it's Bobby.
Can he be the Bat Boy?
Jimmy-
Can Howie Mandel be the Bat Boy from Little
can.
Monsters?
Well, I was going to say all of Jimmy's dead children could be the Bat Boys.
Hey, you know, it's
That's a good
Bobby,
place to
it's
put it.
Bobby's
Does
world.
your,
We're
do
all
your
just
dead
living in it.
children have a dead children choir before all the games?
Is that who sings the national anthem?
They sing the anthem.
Oh my
What
God,
horror
Jimmy.
movie has a really hard song? What song?
Freddy's
Is there
coming
anything with a
for you.
siren?
Right? I don't know. Listener, if you have any ideas of yourself, this is the part of the show where
Yeah,
we
tell us
love
who
it.
you think would
Yeah.
go where and why we're stupid.
You do it on our voicemail line. Link in our bio and all our social media.
And why we're stupid.
And why I didn't just pick the entire ghost of the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah. Where was Ray Liotta?
Yeah, you're right.
Babe Ruth. Where was Babe Ruth?
Where was the babe?
Supposed to have Babe Ruth.
That was the
Could
big
you imagine
Bambino.
if that was literally what we did? We all just picked ghosts of dead baseball players.
That'd be the easy way to get
I
this team.
tried.
I mean, I wasn't trying to build a team that was going to go far. I was just trying to build a team that would, I think
This team's taking it all the way, Mike. If they're in the MLB, this team's winning the fucking pennant.
Do you
injuries,
think
yeah.
there's two leagues, right?
they
There's
will
the
kill
National
their
League and
way
the
to the
American
top.
League.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's all the MLB.
Yeah, it's all the MLB.
Yeah.
Do we think these would be national or American?
Well, we don't have a designated hitter, so I'm going to go ahead and say they're the Nationals.
Oh, that rule does still exist.
It doesn't
it still
anymore.
exists.
but
Okay.
Yeah, they just took
Okay.
it out.
I mean, I grew up watching baseball with my grandmother, and I have a concept of how to watch the game. but-
Pitchers don't hit anymore.
Okay, that
They don't have
another
to.
and there's a
Yeah.
shot clock too, right?
Yeah, there's a pitch clock.
Like pitch clock. Sorry,
yeah,
wrong
so they have to
sport.
throw the ball within, I think, 10, 15 seconds.
And do they always like?
So if you don't, it's a strike.
Wow.
Or sorry, a ball.
Baseball's a fun time, man. Like if you go to a Gold Eyes game, it's cheap.
It's a good time.
I do love.
It's a good time. All you can do is you just talk shit with your friends. That's it for like 3 hours.
it.
It's hilarious.
I understand the physical aspects of it and all, and some people are like, it's a pastime, not a sport. I'm like, no, it's a fucking sport. But in that sport, there is a pastime. It's like a lazy afternoon. It's 3 hours. You know,
You go to the
now it's
ballpark,
faster.
you get 3 to 6 hot dogs.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
spend the day there, and you.
Although Canadian fans are a lot more polite than
Yeah.
American fans. If you go to a baseball game in the States, you will hear some heckling.
Oh, Yankees
like some
fans are truly the worst
over the
people
top
on the
shit.
planet. Like
Is
when
it
we
still like? Is it still in the essence that because
Not PC? Yes.
Well, yeah.
we
I
were
was gonna say
oh yeah.
like,
you should hear
okay.
the subway after. It's a fucking
Fuck your
nightmare.
mother.
all the all the joking aside, like Moneyball did educate the layman on like a new system
Moneyball.
of figuring it out and using math instead of money.
Right.
Does that still happen though? That the best big
Well,
teams
they
can
tried and it didn't work.
Just, well, okay, Bill James. Did that go far?
No.
No. Okay.
It didn't work at all.
But like, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it though? Like, what is against the math of it?
Because players don't want to play for no money, especially when you're winning.
But when you're a shit team and you have no money, did it work because of that,
I guess so, but people just kind of caught on, and they're
or was it the madness?
It's
and
not
The, and
the analytics. The analytics are something that every team is now incorporating. It's
Okay.
not just Billy Bean, and that's
It's
why
not
he's
just
not
that too. Like
successful.
every sport evolves with time. Like great players come in
Totally.
and change the game, and you as a
Absolutely.
team will develop strategies to counter that, and that will change the game.
That's right. He gets
Same thing with
on
baseball.
base.
Like when they came up with the strategy, like how do we counter it this way? They countered it.
Yep, the shift. You shift your defense to another side of the ball. That's it.
yeah,
Wow.
no, but I mean, there's still that.
Baseball's a puzzle. It's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Moneyball.
it's the Riddler and Batman going back and forth, and we'll see who gets the advantage of
Is
who
it-
each time.
maybe a little chess
Oh.
like too.
It's exactly like chess.
I kind of want to watch The Sandlot right
I
now.
want to watch Major
Oh,
League.
so
They should have
great.
sent Tom Hanks to war.
Listener, thank you for tuning in to another episode. It's been a blast. Like Jimmy said, leave us a voicemail, comment, whatever you see fit. You can do this on Apple and Spotify. You can leave those answers there if you don't want to leave a voicemail.
That's right.
You can just throw your own answers up, and we'll see it, and then we'll comment. So besides that, show notes tell us how you can stay in all of the news of the show. So if you want to follow us, Instagram's the best, then Facebook, then Twitter. Watch us on YouTube if you want. Hit one of those links and subscribe. It makes us very happy when you do that. Guys, are we missing anything?
I don't think so.
I've
I'm
been
happy.
I've been Jason.
Ray Donovan works as a mediator for a law firm that handles celebrities and wealthy clients. That's not what I thought Ray Donovan was going to be about.
Out in Vancouver.
I have been Jimmy's missing middle schoolers.
They're dead.
They're dead. They're long and buried. And out in Wolseley.
I'm a bunch of hands.
Watch all the movies, kids. Say bye now. Bye. Bye.
Oh, if you have any problems, dial information. Thank you for calling.